So a year ago, I made a film called When We Meet, but it didn't really have the audio quality that I was looking for, and so I ended up kind of pushing it aside. It did have really great visuals, and the ideas of soulmates were there, because at the time I was really interested in the concept of having a soulmate, and what principles of soulmates surround the idea. But the main question of the film was, what if you could talk to your soulmate right now? And the premise of the film was there would be a boy and a girl, they're soulmates, and they would be in a room for maybe like 15 minutes or something. The film wasn't 15 minutes, but the idea was to be in a room and just kind of talk to one another and ask just random questions and get to know one another. I wanted to answer some questions, some conflicting questions about whether you should meet your soulmate early, whether you should meet them later on, why this, why that. So to mix things up a little bit, I'm just going to tell you the story directly. I had a lot of questions about soulmates and a lot of ideas and concepts that I was thinking about at the time, and one of them, well, among the many ideas, was like, even though we know ourselves, even though you and I, we each know like what we want and what we desire in a person, why do we still choose to date the wrong people? And I think it's because we're not ready to meet our soulmates right now. I mean, imagine your younger self meeting your younger soulmate self. I mean, I was pretty immature back then, and I'm pretty sure I'd scare her away. But the point is that, like, when you're immature, you're not ready. And I think having that experience over time and building your maturity and knowing who you are, like, that's what's really important when it comes to meeting your soulmate. But another idea about soulmates that I had was given compatibility. We believe that the universe puts two people on Earth and they are supposed to find each other, right? Because that's what soulmates are. They are destined to meet each other. And it does sound noble, but my point about that is, and I just proved how meeting right now would not be a good idea. But I think on another note, it is also a good idea. Because despite the fact that we might be immature right now, wouldn't we change for each other? Wouldn't soulmates make one another better? Because, I mean, it's given that we're already compatible, and if he or she might not be ready at the time, I think dating one another and over time you guys would, develop who you are, because you would have that foundation of support from one another. Like, it's two different sides to whether or not we should meet right now, but maybe meeting right now wouldn't be so bad either. I think the main reason why I am leaning towards advocating for meeting right now is because of the support. I mean, when you meet your soulmate, whether it's now or later, at some point you'll know that he or she have gone through a lot. Like, they've probably made mistakes in the past. They have probably dated people that were really bad to them, or maybe they didn't date anyone like that at all. That's good for you. But I think the reason why I'd rather meet early on is because if you could date them earlier, you could really save them from all those bad people. You could save them from their mistakes. Yeah, the subjects of soulmates was pretty deep, and at some point in the film it got really cheesy, but the big picture that I wanted to talk about was what you would ask your soulmate. And for me, I would ask my soulmate, what do you think will happen when we meet? And in the film, the boy does ask this question, and I was trying to figure out, like, what is the most simple answer that you can give? Because meeting soulmates should be simple, right? And in the film, the girl says, I think we would smile.
Smile?
Yeah, when you meet someone, you usually smile. Like at a party or something. We'll shake hands and smile at each other for the first time.
You think we'll meet at a party?
Well, we could really meet wherever.
Okay, so we meet. I mean, we'd go into the usual, the chase, the talks, and the dating. Good stuff.
Yeah, but it'd be different, because these usual things we do for love, they'd feel unusual, like we're doing these things for the first time.
That sounds all gooey and lovey-dovey.
Alright, it's gonna be lovey-dovey, okay?
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't like it, it's just, I'm a guy. Guys are macho.
I know guys love it too.
Alright, when we meet, let's do all the lovey-dovey things. All of it, big and small.
As long as you don't stop trying. Even if we argue. We will. I don't doubt that. When we meet, we will have our differences. But they're things we'll eventually learn to respect.
Dude, arguing is scary.
We'll be fine. 'Cause we love each other.
When you meet your soulmate, it should be simple, I think. And it should be easy. And there are going to be times when it's going to be frustrating because, I mean, when you spend your life with someone, it's going to be frustrating at some point because that's just how we are. Like, it's not going to be perfect. But I think that when you do find that one person, it is going to be fulfilling. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this film was. I decided I wanted to do a different kind of style for this film. I know usually it's a narrative, but this time I wanted to do more of a kind of sharing / storytelling, where I share my ideas with you and I have a story visually to kind of include that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.